Hi, I'm Don from DonDronesOn. Here's a new security camera from Reolink, the Reolink Solar Floodlight Camera. Let's check it out. The Reolink folks provided me a solar floodlight security camera kit in exchange for this review. But as always, I'll give you my honest opinion with both the good and the not so good elements of this camera. The solar floodlight model is a solidly built, no-nonsense security camera. It's solar powered and Wi-Fi connected, so you can mount it anywhere, even on a tree, without worrying about running wires or anything like that. And the configurable floodlights, well, they give you great camera views at night and deterrence against prowlers. By the way, at the end of this video, I'll show you what comes in the box and how to set up the camera. But let's cover the exciting bits up front. The camera itself has 2K resolution with a field of view of 150 degrees. It records at 15 frames per second, which, well, that would be terrible if you're doing a cinematic piece, but for a security camera, it's absolutely fine, as you can see here. The footage can be recorded either onto a local micro SD card or a networked Reolink hub unit. Neither of these storage mechanisms are included in the box, but certainly SD cards are dirt cheap. The micro SD card can be up to 512 gigabytes. And of course, in either case, you aren't paying subscription rates for your storage, and that's pretty important. The camera connects to your Wi-Fi network with either 2.4 or 5 gig signals. The camera is accessed, configured, and controlled with the free Reolink app available on Android and iOS, and apparently Windows and Mac OS versions are available as well, although I didn't try those. The Reolink app is fairly straightforward and can be used to manage multiple Reolink devices. The full-color live view pops up immediately when you tap on your camera, and the usual pinch to zoom and that kind of thing works intuitively. By default, audio is also turned on, so you can hear what's happening if you wish. And you can tap on the mic button to talk to someone if you want to freak them out. The playback button down here allows you to review any footage that was recorded, such as motion detections or time lapses. In the case of motion recordings, a little icon shows whether the trigger was a person, animal, or vehicle, and you just tap on the thumbnail to watch it. Whatever triggered the recording is surrounded by a blue box, which is quite handy so you can tell why this thing recorded. The app allows you to adjust the motion detection zones, the size of objects, and sensitivity. That way you can play around to minimize false alarms and things like that. Motion detection works between 2 and 10 meters away from the camera, over a range of up to 150 degrees. When motion is detected at night, you can set it up to use either infrared lighting or the floodlights to illuminate the subjects. If you select infrared, your video recording will be in black and white, but remarkably clear. The idea of using infrared for illumination is for stealthiness, but unfortunately, you can actually see a little red light on the camera, and it lights up at night, so people will still know you're recording. Now, that said, if you want to use the floodlights, you can have them turn on using the light alarm feature. This feature uses AI to differentiate between people, vehicles, and animals. So, for example, you can have the lights turn on only when people or vehicles are detected, but leave the lights off for animals. And you can adjust the brightness of the floodlights depending upon whether you want simple illumination or to dazzle the heck out of intruders. It's really bright. The color temperature of the lights can also be adjusted from cool to warm. And over and above the motion detection, you can have them set to turn on all night if you wish. What I really wish they would include is a scheduling feature for the lights, or ideally a turn on for X number of hours after sunset kind of thing. Both of which would be very nice. But at this point, it's either all night or when triggered by motion detection. The camera and lights are powered by a built-in 7,800 milliamp hour battery, which is kept topped up by a solar panel. The solar panel is designed to operate even in low light or partially shaded locations, which is great because the angle of the solar panel cannot be adjusted. It's fixed directly on top of the camera, more or less horizontally. Now, I was worried about how this would operate in our Canadian winter, but it seems to work remarkably well. Yes, snow did pile up on the panel as you'd expect, reducing the charging, but it eventually blew off and the solar panel resumed charging. Now, speaking of snow, this camera is rated down to minus 20 Celsius, that's minus 4 Fahrenheit. Over the period of time I was testing this camera, our temperatures went down to minus 26 Celsius at night several times. And on the worst days, with snow obscuring the solar panel and really cold, the battery level dropped to 77%. But that's the lowest it got. And within 4 days, the charge level made it back up to 100%. Impressive at those temperatures. Now, that said, I would still recommend you keep an eye on your camera and sweep off snow or leaves or any other debris if you have a chance to do so. Overall, I was impressed by the performance of this camera. It's dead easy to set up and operate. The floodlights are great at night, both to illuminate your own walkways as well as acting as a deterrent for prowlers. And you have a lot of control over the lights in terms of brightness, color temperature, and whether or not they come on when motion is detected. The video footage quality is quite good, maybe not fantastic, but certainly very clear and clear enough for identification of people and vehicles. So if you're looking for a solidly built, completely wireless security camera with fully configurable floodlights, the Reolink Solar Floodlight Camera would be a great choice. Thanks for watching, but wait, please consider staying on for a few more minutes to see what comes in the box and for more details about this great security camera. So here's what comes in the box. There's the camera unit itself, and we'll have a closer look at that in a moment. Mounting bracket, very simple ball configuration with a tighten-y thing here with a mounting plate on the back. There is a mounting template, very simple if you need that, and a wrench to tighten that thing really tight if you need to. There's also the ubiquitous screws, some stickers, a USB-C cable, a USB-A to USB-C. That's used to power the camera initially, and it's fairly important to use this specific one because a regular USB-C may not fit into the socket in the camera unit. It's got a rubberized boot on it, and so don't just chuck that away when you get it. And finally, the instruction manual. Now, the instruction manual, I don't like this kind of format where you have to open it all up like some sort of road map. And it's multi-language, so it's kind of brief in each language, unfortunately, but it is there and it is complete. And honestly, it's very simple to set this whole thing up. Probably the most important thing in the instruction manual is the QR code for the Reolink app. You'll need that Reolink app installed on your phone in order to install this device. Let's have a look at the camera unit itself. It's fairly chunky in design, kind of a cube modular appearance. Most notably, the solar panel is fixed on the top of the camera unit. It doesn't adjust, so whatever angle you've got the camera unit to see your property, that's the angle that this solar panel will be on. So I'm a little bit worried about that, particularly for two reasons. Here in Canada, we're fairly high in the latitude, so usually solar panels are on a fairly steep angle, which would be totally unsuitable for the camera to be on. And second of all, if it's on a fairly flat angle like that, I'm going to see a lot of snow accumulation on that. So we're expected to get about 15 centimeters of snow today. So I'm going to mount it today and we'll see if that has any impact. Anyway, on the front face of the camera is the camera lens itself. There's an LED status thing right there, a microphone, infrared lights for night operation. On the side are the floodlights, and they are configurable in lots of different orientations. Nice and smooth operation of those. On the bottom is the motion detection sensor here, and two little ports. Now I've pulled the weatherized plugs off of those because they're fiddly and I didn't want to mess with that during the video. On the left-hand side is the power port. That's the USB-C that the cable goes into. And on this side, there's two things under that little cap. There's an on-off and reset button and a slot for your SD card. On the back, mounting bracket, socket, and that's where they're hiding the QR code that you'll need during installation. Setting up the camera is incredibly simple. First thing you do when you get it out of the box is you charge the battery up initially. There's an internal battery in here. You charge it up with the USB-C from any USB-C power source. They don't give you one of those little plugs, but everybody's got millions of them, so no worries there. So while that's charging, use the QR code in the instruction manual to install the Reolink app. And then once you have all that done, you simply hit the plus sign on the app. It will say, what device are you adding this time? And you turn around to the back and it detects the unit based on the QR code, and you walk through the installation process. That will allow you to attach it to your Wi-Fi network and so on and so forth. So very simple to do. Physical installation is very simple as well. You take the mounting bracket, unscrew the bezel, mount this to whatever it is that you're mounting to with appropriate screws. There's 2 screw locations there. And then you tighten this back on firmly, but not too tightly. And then wind this thing onto that big screw. All right, so very simple to do. Just make sure the solar panel ends up on top.